Hey, how we all going? Mick here from the Hop Cartel. Just going to do a narrated video of the progress of the home hop yard thus so far. So as you can see here, the variety I've got in these first lot of pictures is a Pride of Ringwood. Probably a first for me, if I can remember, the purple sort of dark foliage that's come up this year is quite different than previous years from what I can remember. And once again, I've just to reiterate on what I've used is the sugarcane mulch and coconut coir for the mulch. As you can see, it's a lot of vigorous growth. There's probably 3 to 4 days between each sort of set of photos just to get an idea of the pace of the growth this year. So we start off with a few little ones coming through, and then progressively some later growth has come through. Those are the ones that are the later ones are the ones that have are showing the better performance, a lot more height. The first growth is just sitting pretty much down around the ground, and the rest of it's taking off. So from the start of these photos to the finish of it, when I introduce the next variety, you're looking at around about 4 to 5 months, 4 to 5 weeks to get them to this stage. So it was pretty slow, a lot slower than some of the other guys around Australia who were growing them. Obviously they're in either warmer climate or slightly better sort of conditions. They just started off a lot slower this year than previous years, but they're now travelling in full flight, which is great. Sneaky homebrew picture there. So these next lot of photos are from the potted Chinook. This is a Chinook that I done in the layover method, which is using around about a 1 to 2 foot vine, laying it over into the ground and covering it over, getting it to take root. Those roots will grow out of where those nodes are along your stem lines. So this one I've laid over from a plot, laid over into a pot, and then once it's taken root, I've cut it off. So this is probably going into its 2nd or 3rd year, I think. It's going quite well. It was very thick, as you can see there in that photo. The growth that came through, all concentrated to one side of the pot. For some reason, I'm pretty sure I laid over a few of them, and so this is basically what it looks like so far. Okay, this next variety I've got here is the Dr. Rudy. This one I acquired through a homebrew forum as a giveaway. I gave the bloke a couple of beers for it, so fair swap. Started off a little bit slower than some of the other varieties, but it's now starting to pick up quite well. As you can see here, very healthy, shade of colour, good vigorous growth now. As you can see in a couple of these photos coming up, it's at about a height of say 5 foot, so I'm quite happy for this first year. Okay, so next up we have the Hirschbrucker, and as you can see in this first photo here, it didn't start off too well. It was quite yellow, sort of burnt looking, but it does that every year, and it's picked up quite well since. As you'll see in the next couple of photos, some really good bines sprouted away from the main crown, and they proceeded to grow at a pretty quick pace. That one's one of the fastest growing ones there. As you can see in the photos coming up, it didn't take long at all. It's probably only been 2 weeks since that particular sprout. That's it there. So it's approached the 5 foot mark. That fence in the background's about 5 foot. It's up around 6 to 7 foot there in those pictures. And there's quite a few of those bines that have reached. That's the little fruit tucked away in the corner there. It is separated by a buried barrier, so hopefully it stays where it is. Cheers. Thanks for watching.